Welcome back to Team New Kent Talks, your podcast where we highlight the best of Team New Kent, and you get to know our students, our staff, and our community better, and showcase why Team New Kent is such an amazing place to be. Today, we have an incredible episode for you. We're talking about civics. For the first time ever, New Kent County Public Schools participated in the Regional Civics Bee. There were thousands of submissions that were put into this competition, and 20 finalists were selected. 6 of them came right from New Kent Middle School. So civics is alive and well in New Kent County Public Schools, and our students showed up on the stage in Jamestown to compete in the Regional Civics Bee. So today we're going to highlight our students and the educators that support them. So we want to congratulate those 6 students. You have Lizzie Carmean, Thomas Carmean, Nathan Herrington, Gavin O'Neal, Jameson Sousa, and Brooke Webster. Today we're going to sit down with Thomas to talk about his journey, but I also want to thank our teachers who, without them, this would not have happened. And remember, this is the first time we've done this, so special thank you to Ms. Merrill Livingston and Mr. Luke Swanson for their guidance and their leadership. Today, Ms. Livingston is joining us as well. So we hope you enjoy this episode with Thomas and Ms. Livingston as we take on civics in New Kent County. So thank you guys for being on the show today. Let's start with introductions so the audience knows who you are, even though they kind of caught that in the interview. Thomas, you want to start?
I'm Thomas Carmean, and I'm in 8th grade. I am just a student, athlete, and citizen of New Kent.
All right. Not just. He is all that and more. Ms. Livingston, how about you?
Hi, I'm Merrill Livingston. I am a New Kent Middle School civics and economics teacher with Mr. Swanson. I've been teaching in New Kent for about 3 years now. I'm also currently the 8th grade lead, so we're really, really excited to be on the podcast with you.
All right, and we're going to talk civics. A lot of civics today.
Civics is great.
And I think we have some experts.
Yes.
So I am definitely the weak link on this one, even though I think my civics knowledge is pretty strong. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's you two win on this one, so we won't compete today. So Thomas, let's start with you. You entered the Civics Bee.
Yes.
Which everybody may not know what that is, and we'll get in there. Did you have any idea what you were getting into when you signed up for it?
Absolutely not. I didn't think I was going to make it.
Okay, so how did you get signed up?
So we had our snow days where we were iced into our houses, and she put an assignment in.
Okay.
It was an essay about what we would do to make our communities better, and I did mine on litter and pollution in New Kent, and how we could make that better and integrate it into our school system. And I decided to submit it to the Civics Bee because my essay was already meeting the curriculum. I only had to do a little bit of editing and adding to make it fit the rubric they wanted me to.
And this all started because we were iced in.
Yeah.
Okay, so something good came out of the ice, outside of me slipping and falling and all of those different things. Very cool. So Ms. Livingston, what motivated you and Mr. Swanson to take this on? Because we hadn't really taken this on before.
Yeah, so we had been kind of looking into the Civics Bee competition for a couple of years now. This year, I feel like all the directions and all of the information kind of fell into our laps. Jamie Hutchinson kind of sent us an email at the end of the year, I think it was early January, and we thought it was a really great opportunity for finally our students to get involved with this competition. So we thought, especially as we talked early on in the school year about what makes a good citizen, what are good citizenship traits, that we would have a lot of students who kind of could take their civic knowledge and apply it to whichever problems they saw in the community at the time. That was the essay that the Civics Bee competition kind of granted us and put into our laps. So around the Ice-Mageddon storms, when there was a whole bunch of things going on, we thought this was a great time not to just give them extra work or start new lessons. This was a great time for them to reflect on things that maybe that they've seen in their community. It wasn't an option for them to do the assignment, but it was an option for them to submit their essays to the competition, and we had a lot of students that were interested in doing so. And when it started coming back that, Thomas and Lizzie, they got into the competition, and then at that point 4 more students, we still have no clue how many of them actually submitted it to the competition, but I think the turnout was really, really fantastic, and I thought, you know, when they were able to sit down and start their essays, that a lot of them were really passionate about sending it in, especially when we've been talking about good citizenship traits. So yeah, we were really inspired this year.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for taking that leap. And when you take a leap, you don't know where it's going to end up, and
Exactly.
it ended up way better and
Yeah.
bigger because we have amazing students and amazing teachers. So Thomas, walk us through sort of what the process looked like from writing your essay to finding out you were a finalist.
The process we went through was kind of like, it was a lot of studying, but for the essay, it was kind of an issue that I'd seen because I'm a Boy Scout and we do a lot of like cleaning out and stuff in our community. Like we do a lot of trash pickup at Walnani trails.
Uh-huh.
And I noticed it's an issue, and I think that our school system could help benefit by like cleaning up and helping and integrating into the curriculum,
I like it.
which is what my essay was on. I think that it was a great way to write the essay on it, because if you get to a certain point, they eventually give you money to help support and start the program.
To actually make it happen.
Yeah.
Very cool. What was it like finding out you were a finalist?
It was a little stressful because I wasn't intending to make it that far. I wasn't intending to make it past the questions.
Okay. You were handling the assignment, trying to do something better for your community, and then you turned into a finalist.
Yep.
I love it. Ms. Livingston, what did you notice about students' confidence and their mindset as the competition progressed? Like Thomas just mentioned, he just submitted it.
Mm-hmm.
He had no idea he could be a finalist.
Yeah, I would agree that I'm just assuming that a lot of other students who also submitted their essays, they probably felt the same way. It wasn't until when I started getting, like when your mom emailed me about you two being finalists, which is really awesome that you and Lizzie, your twin sister, were finalists. I knew that you were picked for a reason. I had read your essay and I was astounded by what you put into it. I noticed that their confidence, I think, was at I would say at a high until they got all of the materials to start studying. They had a lot of things that they had to look at and study, and there were a lot of potential questions that would have been asked, especially as the competition was starting. And so we got together, I think, once or twice, and we kind of went over those questions. But assuming that, you know, you've taken this class, you are very, very educated with civics now, I think I saw their confidence kind of soar back up.
Gotcha.
I think by the time that we got to the competition, a lot of them were still worth good nerves, which was good, but I think when you see a whole bunch of other people, and then when we keep reminding them that there are 20 finalists, but there's 6 of you from New Kent here, they picked you for a reason. And I think they took that and ran with it during the competition. So
yeah, that's a crazy stat worth repeating. So there were 20 finalists
Yes.
in a giant region,
Yes.
Yeah.
and New Kent had 6.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I think that included Williamsburg, James City County, York. I think they said maybe the Richmond area.
The Richmond metro area was part of that too. So
Yeah.
I mean, just think about that. You know how amazing that is.
Mhm.
That you guys generated 6
Yeah.
of the 20.
Yes.
That's pretty epic.
Yeah.
So you really have to have a strong civics foundation, right? You have to know civics,
Yeah.
but then you have to be able to apply it,
Yeah.
which is a whole different level.
A lot of the questions were more after this happened, what did it cause to
Okay.
happen?
Okay.
So it's like this amendment did what? Those were the kind of the easier questions. The other questions were like wanted deeper answers.
Deeper answers, more of an understanding, and
Yeah.
okay, very
Definitely
good.
a good practice for the SOL, because that's what they do as well.
So Thomas, what did this journey and the experience of competing live? Because the essay you did and submitted, but then
Yeah.
when you get to the finals, like you're live in front of an audience. What was that like for you?
It was very stressful because there was onlookers staring at you while you picked your answers, and then at the end they would show how many questions you got right and how many you got wrong.
Yeah.
Wow.
So taking a high stakes, stressful test in front of a live audience on civics in Williamsburg, Jamestown, where were we at?
Yeah.
Jamestown, yeah, like the birthplace of a lot of our history and a lot of the civics knowledge you have.
Yes.
I think originally you guys thought that they were going to get up in front and have like somebody ask them the question verbally and they would
Yeah.
have to answer.
I didn't think it was going to be like an average class Kahoot.
Okay.
Yes, it did feel like a Kahoot a little bit. They had also the questions up on the board for anybody in the audience to answer them, which was really, really cool because we could answer them on our phones and
Nice.
go along with you. But I feel like it helped a little bit to do it on the tablets. They got to keep the tablets afterwards, which was really cool.
Very cool. So in my head, I had you stand on the stage, sort of like a spelling bee, the civics version, and they ask a question and you get it right. That would have been the Kahoot version. I'll take over. Yeah. So Thomas, what's one thing you learned about civics, your community, or yourself through this experience?
I learned that about myself. I learned that I work well and like I work okay or under stress, like with civics, and I learned that like I was very nervous to go up and speak about my issue, and I don't know, it was stressful, but it was fun. I had fun.
What was the coolest thing you learned about civics?
I think I learned more about what the principles mean. Like we talked about it in class, but I got like a more in-depth like answer about like what each thing represents and what the point of it was, and like how it benefits our country.
Absolutely. And to think, when all that was formed, no internet, no artificial intelligence, like coming together and like
it
this.
Takes like 2 months to get a letter across the country.
Exactly. And this is who we're going to be about as a nation.
Yeah.
And so much of it is timeless that you're now at a Civics Bee talking about these principles. So how does this experience reflect the broader culture of civic learning that you see in our classrooms? So that may be more for you, Ms. Livingston.
Yeah, so this experience, it was really interesting to not only, because I had read essays that we had submitted, but it was really interesting to see what other people wanted to change in their communities. So I think it really goes back to those principles that Thomas has been talking about: liberty, freedom, and responsibility, especially of those civic traits that we were talking about at the beginning of the year. It was really interesting to see what people, when they were able to sit down and apply those principles to things that they're also seeing in their community. I think it really broadened kind of, because I'm talking to students from New Kent, but it was really interesting to hear what other school districts have and what other issues that they have that, their solutions and their essays that we could bring back here to New Kent, or I could bring back into the classroom. I think it's really interesting to hear what other people have to say.
And I also love, like a lot of times you'll go through classes and you'll learn the material and you'll take the test, and but to be able to apply such important learning at this age just is incredible. So it's a testament to you to bring civics alive and not just knowing facts, but kind of knowing the broader understanding and then making New Kent better.
Yeah, it's like she's a really great teacher.
Oh, I completely agree. We're very lucky to have amazing teachers like Miss Livingston and then incredible students like you that take chances. So what is next in this civics competition? You went there, you were one of 6, but that's not the end of the road, is it?
Yeah, it's 3 people from every district, so that's coming to a total of 30 contestants, and we're going to all be competing in a similar competition, 20 questions, and then the top, it's either 3 or 5, get to talk about their essay.
Okay. So that is coming up
July 24th.
July 24th. What a perfect time to have.
Perfect.
Yeah, I love it. So you're one of those 3 from our district, right?
Yes.
So you're representing our district, New Kent, in the civics state.
Middle School.
Yeah, New Kent Middle School.
How do you prepare yourself whenever the judges are asking you questions? Because those are questions that you don't expect for them to throw at you.
What helped me last time was I looked at an old Civics Bee online I found on YouTube, and I was just kind of thinking about the questions they asked.
Yeah, I feel like there were 2 judges that were asking pretty baseline questions that were pretty easy to kind of work your way around, and then I think the last judge was the one that kind of threw the curveballs at students. So yeah, I guess there's no way to prepare for that, especially when we go to states. So.
But you're good on your feet. You have a firm understanding of civics, and then you're able to apply it. So, yeah, I think you can do quite well. I look forward to seeing the results. Thoughts on where we go from here?
Yeah, so we are definitely going to want to do this again next year. I think that they put out their directions or their competition guidelines, I think, in the fall. So I'm going to be looking out for that immediately as it comes out, just so that maybe we can, go through what to expect and, have some idea that if you are submitting your essay, this is kind of what that looks like. Because now we have experience to be able to say that, I know what this competition, what to be expected, what you need to study. So I think with, kind of a lot more preparation, I think we can get
something
more
that
students in there.
Okay.
something that would have helped me is if we had known about it earlier in the school year and started preparing in class before
Yes,
that.
yes.
Well, I appreciate you taking it on, and I appreciate you, starting with your essay. I never thought I'd be thankful for the ice, but evidently that's kind of what, got us to this point, and we'll see where we go from here. So, last thing. So your essay was about
Pollution and litter in New Kent County and how it hurts the community and the wildlife around us. And I found that if we put it as part of like a graduating part of the curriculum we need to graduate, it can help us teach kids to learn to be better about keeping our communities clean.
So currently, as of this taping, you are in 8th grade, correct?
Yes.
Which means next year you're going to high school.
Yeah.
So how about you and I start something that by the time you graduate, that we may have something embedded in the curriculum that does just that. So let's bring it full circle from your essay to actually action.
That sounds great.
I know somebody who could probably help with that. Superintendent of schools. So I think I would love for students to graduate having that sort of civic mindedness and taking care of community. So I have a couple ideas in my head, but I know you're the expert on it. So let's do this. We'll finish school. You go compete and win the world. And then when we come back and you're in high school, you and I'll sit down and we'll start mapping it.
Okay.
So that by the time you get to the graduation stage, we could have something in place.
Okay.
Fair?
Sounds great.
Okay, that sounds like a great outcome. I love it. Well, thank you guys again for being part of the show. I thought I was going to throw some quiz questions at you, but you guys are both way out of my league, so I'm just going to sit here and be thankful that I get to work with amazing people. So thank you guys for being on.
Yep.
Of course. We're really happy to be here.
That's it for another episode of Team New Kent Talks. What an incredible episode taking on civics with Ms. Livingston and Thomas. Special thank you to them for sharing so much about the process and the competition. Congratulations as well to our other finalists. Remember, 6 of the 20 came right from New Kent Middle School. And thank you to Mr. Swanson for also leading that effort. We want to wish Thomas well as he takes on the state this summer. We know he's going to represent Team New Kent and do a fantastic job. Their achievement is a reflection of the curiosity, leadership, and commitment at New Kent County Public Schools. Remember, watch out for more episodes. You can always subscribe on our YouTube channel, and we'll see you next time.